everybody, welcome to PBM's Video Entertainment, and welcome back to another episode of Thomas & Friends Import Reviews, and welcome to part 2 of the 80th Anniversary Extravaganza. Now, some of you may remember the last video where I reviewed First Class Stories, which was released back in 2015 to celebrate 70 years of the franchise. I'd figure I'd review another special Thomas DVD, and the DVD that we're going to be talking about is the UK version of The Best of Thomas. So, without wasting any more time, we will now jump into the history of The Best of Thomas. So, the UK version of The Best of Thomas was originally released back in April 12th of 2010 by Hits Entertainment to celebrate 65 years of the franchise. Then, on February 6, 2012, Hit Entertainment re-released The Best of Thomas. And it could also be found in the Best of Friends 3 DVD set, which comes with Best of James and Best of Percy as well. And it could also be found in the Tale of the Brave 10 DVD set, which of course comes with Tale of the Brave, as well as other random CGI Thomas DVDs. And that is it for the history part. Now we'll jump into my copy of The Best of Thomas. Alrighty, we will now take a look at my copy of The Best of Thomas. And the version I have is the original copy from 2010, as you can tell by the 65 years logo, making treks to great destinations. So on the top here we have new and classic animation, including episodes narrated by Ringo Starr. Here we have the Thomas Friends logo, and then here we have a CGI promo shot of Thomas, Best of Thomas title card, Certified U in the United Kingdom, Rated G in Ireland, Spine, Hit logo, scrolling down here, 65 years logo, and here we have the UK and Ireland ratings, and then the back, best episodes from 1984 to 2010. And here's the blurb if you want to pause and read all of this. And here we have classic animation and then new animation. Well, this, of course, we have, of course, the model series. And then here we have, like, season 12 promo going on. And then here we have some CGI going on. Link to the Thomas website. And then here we have the copyright info, the DVD's region 2. Running time is approximately 150 minutes long. And then here we have the disc, squished up version of the front poster art. And now we will jump into the menu tour for The Best of Thomas. Alrighty, we have now jumped into the menu tour for The Best of Thomas. So here we have play all episodes, select an episode, and subtitles on or off. So for our episode selection, we have Thomas and Gordon, Edward and Gordon, Ghost Train, Thomas Percy and the Dragon, Trust Thomas, Henry and the Elephant, Cranky Bugs, James and the Red Balloon, Percy's Chocolate Crunch, Gordon and Spencer, Thomas to the Rescue, Thomas and the Birthday Picnic, Emily Knows Best, Percy and the Fun Fair, It's Good to Be Gordon, Gordon and the Engineer, Duncan Does It All, Thomas and the Spaceship, Heave Ho Thomas, and Steamy Sodor. And that is it for the menu tour for The Best of Thomas. Now we'll jump into my review and thoughts on The Best of Thomas. So overall, do I recommend The Best of Thomas? Now, here's one issue I have with this. This, like, the title card itself, like, it feels like it's just false advertising because the problem is not all the episodes are dedicated to, or let me phrase it like this. Not all the episodes are about Thomas. Like, we have episodes that are about, Gordon, Henry, Percy, James, Edward. Like, I didn't realize this was like an episode compilation. I thought this was a character episode compilation. Like, kind of like with, say, Best of Thomas from the United States, for example. Like, we have all of these episodes dedicated to, well, Thomas, for sure. But, yeah. Like, I don't know. It kind of doesn't make any sense, you know? Like, because if it's called The Best of Thomas, then why do we have episodes that are about Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, or whoever, you know? Like, feels like this is just false advertising. Like, the name itself is false advertising. Now, back in 2002 and 2003, the UK got the very best of Thomas and Friends. Like, with this one, we have, of course, episodes that are, well, not just about Thomas, but about other characters such as James and Diesel, Percy, or whoever, you know? Like, this one, of course, it's called The Very Best of Thomas and Friends, not The Very Best of Thomas. Like, yeah. Like, if it has, of course, this Thomas and Friends logo, like, for example, if it's called The Very Best of Thomas and Friends, then it would have episodes that are not just about Thomas, but about other characters, too. And now, here's another Thomas Home Media product from the United States. This is called 10 Years of Thomas and Friends, which, of course, this was released to celebrate 10 years of Thomas in the United States, because Thomas came to the U.S. in 1989. Anyways, the point is, like, with this one, we have episodes that are not just about Thomas, but about other characters, you know? Like, feels like with this one, this should have been called The Best of Thomas and Friends if they were gonna have episodes that are not just about Thomas, you know? Now, if it was called The Best of Thomas, like, usually it would have, like, episodes, like, that are about Thomas, you know? Now, with, of course, with releases like Best of James, like, you would have episodes that are all about James. And then, of course, Best of Percy, it would have episodes that are about Best of Percy. You see what I'm saying, right? Like this right here, it's just, yeah, this kind of makes no sense to me whatsoever. Now, back to the real question. Do I recommend this product? I would more likely say I don't recommend this because, yeah, I am not a fan of this version of The Best of Thomas, in my honest opinion. But if you want to get this for whatever reasons, that's fine too. Yeah, that's fine too. Or if you want to get this because this is part of the 65 years collection or whatever, or this is released, or pretty much this was released to promote 65 years of the franchise back in 2010, then if you want to get that for that reason, then be my guest. Anyways, that's it for me, everybody, and I will see you all next time. Take care.